know, but I know it's like 44% Brazilian.
Yes. They're 40% Brazilian
40.
players,
Okay.
which is 40 out of the 101 players. Why have we got 101 players? Should be 100 players. I don't know where that extra one came from. But yes, the most represented country in the players is Brazil, and then the United States, and France, and then finally South Korea is the next one after that. But no, there's 20 different countries, and a lot of countries where you've only got one player from that country.
Denmark, for example.
Denmark, for example.
Germany,
Yeah, Denmark, Germany, Mexico, Singapore, Turkey, just to name a few. A lot. And then that just, God, if we include all the staff as well, I mean, there's just so many more. So, yeah. Love how international these events are. So great to get people from all over the world in the same place because of a shared love of the game and a shared love of competition. Though it's not always happy days when you're playing for a spot on your team with roster season coming up, roster mania after the SI. Every player on every one of these teams is looking to prove that they are worth their weight on their roster.
A little bit concerned here for Enterprise. They're starting off very kind of default CEO attack, and they're up against the Shanghai from Volps. And this is the thing, if you are a team that plays constantly scrims in tier 1, tier 2, bringing to Shanghai completely nullifies the CEO default plan spot. But somebody else cooking, Bappin's in, and he's out.
Wow. Nice attempt there, but a little bit off pace for Enterprise, but they haven't found the frags they're looking for. Here comes the entry from Tuhan. Big kill with the R4C. Looks to regroup with player. The smoke doesn't cut him off, and he finds a second one. Tuhan has come back to life and restabilized into the 2 versus 2. A few pre-fires, but no diffuser attained by Enterprise. They're gonna have to go back to CEO to get it.
So deep in CEO, and the thing is, Lobin with 2 Griswold mines in pocket on the other can like re-fortify those trap operators. Oh, Volps takes down player.
1v2. He's gonna have to do it all himself. He's got info on where Volps is. This crossfire is gonna be a challenge to navigate. Sees for just a brief moment. Volps knows exactly where Lobin is. Little bit of damage done. The Yellow Mine keeps him at base. Still no diffuser. He will have to go through Volps and Lobin to get it.
No more mines though, just to find a good cross. Volps, don't swing it too hard, my friend. It's risky.
Out comes the pistol. A few pre-fires. Volps has the HP advantage, but Tuhan, he's got the mechanics. And he gets the down. 1v1 for Tuhan. Steel pistol in hand, sees Lobin for a brief moment, but the Scorpion wins the battle. And Enterprise struggle to find their footing in the first round.
Too close for comfort, and also Volps, you know, a little bit of disrespect there, and he's laughing as well, like 2v1, he's ego challenging, jiggling off the corner. He was completely safe with Ella holding the crossfire. Tuhan said, what can I do against my duo? Is there a bit of, you know, is he mingling?
There must be. I know one thing, Australians and New Zealanders, Tuhan's from New Zealand, are very social people. And when they come to events, they somehow make friends. There's something about the culture similarity, being from the Southern Hemisphere. The people from Oceania and Brazil tend to get along pretty well. So maybe, yeah, Tuhan and Volps have a bit of a duo going. Or Lobin, rather.
Good attempt, and I mean, to be fair, for Enterprise, it started off just really poor. Right? They had 3 people die before getting anything done on the map. And then it's in Fisher guys, solo zero repel, just Candela spamming everything, repelling it with the case, and died. So even if the frontal backstab, or the back backstab is successful, the frontal push just wasn't there. Wherever you send the case, arguably gotta send the more amount of bodies, because in the end of the day, you can't just go for a plant. Had Tui had the diffuser there, I mean, in a 2v2, anything is possible.
Oh, that would have been very winnable with the diffuser. He could have planted very safe in meeting, but so many what ifs.
Yeah.
At least we know, and Tui will probably have a bit of confidence after that. He navigated that clutch scenario pretty well, even though he did lose. Enterprise need to be careful though, because playing off pace isn't going to work every time against FLUXO. They're going to be ready for it.
I think confidence is what I'm looking for Enterprise. If they can get going early and just kind of starting heating up into the BO3 series, that could be them taking the map. And that is technically all they need right now. Just start slow. Don't have to aim for the highest point of success. Map would be something. Player, of course, someone that we looked upon yesterday, saying you gotta get a little bit better into today's matches. Also get a kill in the very opening round.
That's good. I think he needs that confidence. Player's still pretty fresh. Obviously, this is first SI. 4 of the players on Enterprise, that is the case.
Ooh.
This is a cheeky spot from Dotas. I mean, this is usually a spot you would hard clear, but yeah, player, if you miss this opportunity, that's going to be punished.
This could be bad. I mean, he's going to get at least one freebie, but there's a potential for 2.
Oh, come on.
Or none.
I mean, now that Tuhan knows where he is, Enterprise will likely recheck this position. Good frag grenade. Flushes him out, and player will deliver the killing blow. Lopen, though, is able to push for a trade onto relays. No more spiral stairs to worry about. He's tempted to continue fighting player as well, but he is being surrounded, and as the Dokkaebi call rings on out, he will be forced back towards the site. Bappen's actually not in position to cut him off. He was just watching with the drone, so it looks like Lopen will get back safely.
Somewhat. Still sticking around inside of Taylor's. Archive is looking for a potential kill. The Boss G in close quarters, pretty much a one-tap guaranteed, so... Oh, vertically, I guess. Well, player from above just shuts him down.
After player had such a pitiful match yesterday, this is exactly what we need out of him.
I mean, honestly, EP pretty good pace. They're not really too flustered by the chaos in the server, if you will. They're staying very composed, but you can see right here, they have no idea about the rest of the map. There could be another roamer. When you have a player like Dotas make that rat play top soda machine, you're bound to think, guys, we gotta check every corner. We can't just assume that it's clear. But we know. They're all downstairs in the basement.
Yeah, I'm not sure Enterprise know it though, and so they'll be a little bit worried, a little bit tunnel vision.
And you feel it, Tuan. Is it free?
He could totally walk this right.
They're yellow door with player, so they could just make it walk in all of them together.
Time to run it down. SMG 12 comes out. The flash is good. He actually goes deep, passes it, but the C4 from Dots will take him on down. Fish Guy now desperately straight into the Tuberal's eyes. Player's already found 2 this round, but he'll need to find every single kill for his team if Enterprise are to win it, and they know exactly where he is. Nice shot onto Palu. Dots will easily refrag. And despite having an early numbers advantage, Enterprise find nothing.
I know it's easier to say in hindsight, knowing that they lost the round, but this is the exact same issue EP had yesterday when they played SSG on Cafe, where they have what could look like a pretty default attacking lineup, you know, go for a plant attempt and see what happens. Instead, they overcomplicate a simple scenario. Yesterday, it was Cafe. They're attacking the bottom floor kitchen and kitchen bomb site. Instead of dropping the hatch with Man Advantage going for a plant, they go bakery, down red stairs, and it gets really messy. Yeah. That right there, again, the 4v3, they can kind of look for yellow door, get the breach.
Yellow door
work more vert.
And hatch is like the most easy thing to do.
I mean, player was in deep yellow pillar. There's a plant potential had he had the case, right? Again, easy to say because the hindsight.
I don't know why Fisher guy's going down spiral and then deep into.
They had 2 people bottom spiral already, and he became the 3rd. So they're just.
It was just like desperate refrag.
It feels a bit like it, but then you look at the pacing, right? Future guy was a good 3-second sprint behind his teammates, so that's not even a refrag.
I even feel like the play from Tuhan wasn't it. I thought he was just going to play hard on the door and try and like put pressure onto security itself, but. I mean, it's the intricacies of rounds like
it is.
Right, look, at the end of the day, that was actually a pretty good start.
It was. It was a great start. That's the thing, like, it's so hard to judge, and they didn't do anything wrong. But if you just look at the consistency of Enterprise, they've had this habit a couple of times now where there is a very logical, simple play to make. And while it might not always be the best thing to do, it seems like they never go for it. They always go for the...
Wow.
All right.
Okay, brother.
All right. That's...
Ballsy spawn peek there from Volps, but...
He literally shot his entire mag, looked at his gun and went, oh, I missed, and he died.
Bit embarrassing. Look, Enterprise... Oh, hello. That's a drone for you. Freebie for you, Dotas. Yesterday, against SSG on this map, Enterprise won 2 attacks in the first half and then did not win a single defense. Got shut down 7-3, so they only won 1 out of 4 defense attempts, so... Not a good sign. You want to have a stronger defense showing than that on concert, which is typically defensive favored. Enterprise should be able to build up a bit of momentum in this first half if they're able to convert that numbers advantage, but Tuhan's going to go down. What happened there? Outside on the breach. Ooh, Vox laughs straight back at him.
All right, the dead guy's talking back. That's just disrespectful.
Did you shoot him through the mirror window?
It might have been. I'm not sure what happened there. But, well, it was a good opening kill. Now it's into a bit of a stall out, right? Half the round burned away, just barely started inching the buildings out of admin offices and bottom spiral. EP that had a lot of map to cover and not arguably that much time to get it done. And Babin is honestly taking a good amount of space, but he's doing it without any drone information.
They know where he is now.
Yep. At least Volt spots on the camera, you know? When you die, take the cams, guys. Get on cams.
I'm a little bit worried about the late round here for Enterprise because Dodos has so many of these FNAT mines up. That said, I've just seen 2 taken down on the top floor, so if there's not many down on the bomb site itself, maybe it won't be such an issue. But look at this stack from FLUXO. 3 of the 4 players are upstairs. Dota's caught in a bit of a funny spot, though. Fish might actually be able to find the mirror as well. Logan's in the middle of the site. He does get a little bit of damage onto Fisho, but there's so many attackers. Read a circle in his position. Nitro Cell goes out, doesn't find its mark. Fish doesn't want to overcommit. They know where he is now, but there are no more nades to flush him out. Thankfully, he'll just run for it anyway. A 2-player advantage for Enterprise.
There are 2 toxic babes, though, on Palu. The C4 from Dots downstairs, and the mirror window still looking towards meeting. This is still winnable, but
Here we go.
that player hunts down Dots.
And then both Deimos Stan and the E1D from the Lion Bappin threads the needle. Finally, a good round on the board for the Oceanic team.
There's the emotion that we spoke about, right? During yesterday's game that we covered them, we talked about how they're just missing their animated feelings and emotions and showing that they're like excited about it. And Mingo goes, in Fisher's face, and he starts laughing.
Fisher can't help but laugh at that one. Nice to see Fish and Tuhan crack a smile.
Exactly. That's been missing, that's for damn sure. Also, Fisher getting very active on the Blackbeard. I quite like to see that.
Yeah, I like that he did that, but I also like he didn't just run it down. You know, he could have gotten way too aggressive.
That was a good pace.
This guy is just like, he's such a different beast to what he used to be. He's so much less afraid of playing aggressively than once he was, back in the Bliss days, for example. Should play together with the numbers. I mean, that's exactly right. If we see more of that, I think Enterprise could build up a little bit of confidence here on Consulate.
I mean, every single attack matters. That's the thing, right? On Consulate, we're used to seeing some 5-1, some 4-2 halves favoring defense. Every single round victory is huge on the attacking side, and they've already gotten their first, and they were close in the first one as well. Yeah, the rush.
And look, just to add to that, like I said before, Enterprise only won 1 out of their 4 defenses against SSG on this map yesterday, so that puts even more pressure onto their attacking half. If they're not confident on defense, you've got to have a good start to the game on attack. I love Aruni, but
I was about to say, nice little...
Such an Aruni fan.
It's funny because on one part, I hate people who play Aruni because like you're DMR crutch usually, right?
I was an Aruni main back when she was 2-speed.
Yeah.
Like because I think I was saying this before. Whenever I play, I always want a shotgun or the ability to make rotate. Yeah. And so the fact that Aruni can punch them is a game changer.
Well, I agree with that. But you know, the real thing is how many people who play Aruni now would play Aruni if the DMR ACOG was gone? Because that's the real thing. Are you a real Aruni player or are you a gun player?
Nah, I would.
I think the gadget is great. I also would sometimes.
I want to know what they're going to cook with the Ying here, because I wasn't that impressed in the first round.
Well, the Ying, the Lion, and the Sense.
Dude, they're loving this Lion right now.
It did
4 rounds in a row.
It get buffed. It lasts a whole second longer. Feels like more than that. And on a map like Consulate, we can go for like a very 3-2-1 execute. It's very effective, because either they run away, they get spotted, or you know they're standing still. So they use 1, plus a Candela. Now they're inside of admin offices. Next up, they got a drone break room. They're joining it right now. It's clear as well. They're in copy. This is pretty good. They've gotten so far in the building, but this point in the map right here, that's going to be the most difficult one to clear. Soda Machine with the lasers, top spiral, and meeting door. And Tuan, who's solo here by meeting breach, has to be very careful. He could easily get 3v1'd.
Yeah, this is a very hard angle to play from outside this balcony, because you're actually vulnerable to C4s tossed over, and you can get swung. There's a lot of cover for those defenders. That said, Volp's taking a hell of a lot of damage on the Tachanka. He's going to have to play a little bit more passively now, just try and burn as much time as he can with the fire. Look at that, it's Tachanka and Smoke in this same position. It's going to be so much time delay.
And Denari, right? They're saying, you know what, these guys are struggling on time. Let's just slow down the pace of the game. That's what all these 5 operators are pretty much made to do. Tuan is still prone by the breach, expecting that aggression, but they're not giving to him whatsoever. But Dots, honestly, he's just tossing out these babes like they don't have any value. So now they have none left, just at the chunk of fire. But Volp's in the front lines. He can't use the gadget very effectively here later on.
Yeah. I think that's a bit risky. The smoke is so much more effective than the fire hit because you're going to have to keep switching to that Shamika launch. You're going to have to keep reloading it. And Volps is already low HP. He's worried about Tuhan coming in from behind. But the onus is on Enterprise here to make a move.
Careful to show. He's close by the door.
Oh. Enterprise do find the opening pick and a second one. Dots tries to get active, but his support network around him has evaporated. It's just him and Volps now left. No utility to speak of. Fisho's on the floor. 3 players still up from Enterprise, but player goes down, and Fisho is now finished off by the Denari's laser. It's Dots in a 1v2, but this is so winnable. Not with Bappen firing up like that. The Aussies and Kiwis have found a second round.
Big smiles on everybody's faces. They are feeling good in the serve, and I gotta say, the fact that EP can keep finding these opening kills right before execute, it is saving them because they start off that push in a 5v4 into a 5v3, and then they can afford to make a mistake, or for FLUXO to, of course, make a bit of a clutch moment happen, getting a couple of kills back. They keep even numbers, even at the worst case point. Look, 5v2 with a player injured, and then, you know, one death happens, second death happens, now we're in even numbers. That's completely okay. Had EP lost that first player, you flip it. They're in a 1v2 instead of a 2v1.
Hey Jackson! See, they're trying to get a smile out of Bappen. They finally got one.
Completely different team than yesterday.
Oh, this is it. This is what we've been waiting for. Look, I know we sound biased because we cast the APAC League, but it's just... I don't really care who wins or loses, but I do care when teams play well, right? Nobody wants to see a team just look terrible, right? Because it's just embarrassing for them and makes you wonder, would a different team have performed better? EP have been in a drought right now. You know, the last time, I'll say this before we went live, the last time Enterprise won a match of Tier 1 Rainbow Six was their first game at the Munich Major against Weibo. They lost their following 3. They're going to lose this round. I don't know how they've just got double swung by Volps on that window. That's pretty embarrassing.
Volps is low-key playing ranked. He's swinging everything. Now the,
Bro, how did 2 of you die on that window?
You know,
there's another one running out.
Oh, over.
What's happening with Dots, man? Where did he find his double? Down on the side, I think?
There's in Garrett.
I think 2 players rushed and he just farmed the both of them. Gonna be a third one for Volps here, maybe. Ooh, nice one tap there from Relays. Tuhan, you can't talk smack when he gets form picks like that. It's a 2-piece for Volps and a 3-piece for Dots. And a very open and shut case for FLUXO W7M.
You know, there is also another reason why people should be excited about EP playing well, because if we make it to a third map, it's a bit of a surprise for us all.
Oh, dude.
The first ever Tier 1 Fortress game at LAN.
Oh, yeah.
That'll be pretty exciting.
I have been so keen for Fortress. I just love change. Like we were talking about in our previous game earlier today, how nice it is when the meta gets freshened up.
Yeah.
How nice is it when the map pool gets freshened up? Remember when Lair first came in? That was so exciting. Remember when Labs first came in? Oh, I loved it. Back in the day, another favorite map of mine was Villa. When that came in, it was funny because it was the only structured map that wasn't about Heartbreach. And I thought that just brought a new dimension to the game. And I'm really excited to see what's in store with Fortress. Hopefully we do make it to the third.
Yeah, it's been the deciding map a couple of times, but we just haven't gotten there. So a bunch of 2-0s, honestly, so far this event.
We've only casted 2-0s.
We've only casted 2-0s.
And we've casted 1 overtime. And all of our other games have been like 7-1, 7-2, 7-3.
Yeah.
5 seconds.
So I think it's just about time that we deserve a tight game and a tight series.
Moving to defuse a bomb.
I mean, Fisher, guys, he's the guy right now, dude. He's playing Ying, Blackbeard, Glass.
Jack of all trades.
Yeah, but it's just with these top 4 executes every single time, specifically.
We're also seeing the Thatcher come out. Likely to be catching C4s mid-air. Something that we saw Furious successfully do yesterday against Falcons, and we saw again earlier today. I can't remember if it was Elevate or Falcons that did it. I think it might have been Falcons. But FLUXO are keen to try and continue this aggression. Loban on an off angle. Oh, is he going to catch player? Don't tell me they don't drone this. Oh, thank God.
Well, he just checked the bottom right. He might not check exactly.
You're kidding me.
He might not check
me.
that. And
You're
he's keeping.
kidding me.
Oh no! Would you have checked that corner, James?
Yes.
Okay. Well, he didn't.
Freebie.
Oh, that's a shame.
Almost pushes for a second one, but
Such a shame.
they don't. The rest of the push might not work as a result of it. Fisho guy's gonna fry alive. Duhan's got the shoddy, and he will fall as well, entering elsewhere with the Ying. Vapid and relays. Well, with one player on the ground and a second pick, maybe it's possible for relays. It'll need to be a 1v4. It'll need to be an ace.
Oh my god, the case is deep in CO again. We've been here before. I've seen this round before.
Duhan couldn't get it done last time. Can relays do one better?
Yeah, so he can't plant default here, so planting should not be possible at all.
He's got no util to speak of, no flashes and no air jabs as of yet. Good gun for it though.
The issue is he goes into the default window to try and go for a plant. He gets stuck due to the chunk of fire, so planting an off location first might be better.
Reload, my friend.
Yeah, take your time.
Those bullets are precious. Baits out Volps. He knows about the Tachanka now. It is missed. He might be able to stick this. Are they going to commit to it? Volps gets it back again. Volps misses his fire, but Relays burns alive. It was tight. It was close, but Volps did make good on the promise of playing that Tachanka in the end of it.
So close. Again, practically an impossible round there for relays because you plant default, fire comes out. You don't plant default, you get 2v1, then they know exactly where you are. So either you stick it, hope for a mistake, or you just go for a crazy shot of your own. 2 for half, I think that's quite all right.
It's not the end of the world, but remember that yesterday Enterprise managed the same thing against Space Station and ended up losing 7-3 on Consulate.
Yeah.
Could not hold it out on their defenses.
The glass ban, okay.
What's FLUXO cooking here? Banning out Clash and Azami. I guess Mira's still up. Tachanka, Smoke, Goyo, all this top floor plant denial is still up.
Hey, I'm curious about the Enterprise opposing defense. If it's gonna be about like traps and fighting back, or you know, plant denial from side, or what's it gonna be? Kind of a shame that this entire push gets stopped by not droning the correct side of bottom yellow.
Yep.
Like, if the Blitz gets in there and you help the CEO on glass, it's actually such a different round.
Yeah. Very much the case. Enterprise, a few crucial mistakes here and there. A lot of risky executes in that game as well.
Very much.
That first half, they were really going for high risk, high reward plays, and it's just not working out. I feel like individually, the Enterprise guys are looking a little bit better than yesterday. As for the FLUXO ones, of course, this is their first match of the tournament. They've come out of the gates pretty hot. Yeah, the Royal was teased out for a second, unfortunately not stuck.
I could see it. I mean, you can close off top spiral and both a double and single door, meeting door to like just push down through a hallway. It definitely gives you a couple of options.
It's been a game of spawn peaks. I tell you what, I think I've seen more spawn peaks this game than any other match so far in the tournament.
We're only on round 7.
Yeah.
Goes to show. Okay.
FLUXO really set the pace early. Now they're getting aggressive at the start here. This is a gnarly angle from Loban.
Maybe if you get a kill there, I'll give you a cookie.
Oh, that's a hell of a lot of damage. What an angle. Don't swing this too hard.
200 would swing it again, though.
Oh, I wonder if he could throw that needle. Loban's going to keep lurking with gridlock. Relays on
play coming.
Oh,
You push that.
The timing. Push it, push it, push it, push it.
It makes so much noise.
If he had just walked straight through it, he might have had it. The timing was off.
That's the thing that I see happen quite often, especially in ranked with gridlock, is you toss it out while checking the corners of it, and you just push through on the angle, and you look away and you die. Loban, though, I mean, I gotta say, a lot of confidence here in the roam play, just walking in, no drone, but he's in the middle of the map, and he cannot just play sound. He can hear the Visa flank, the spiral flank, lobby side.
Yeah, Gridlock's actually... I've never really thought about Gridlock as a lurker, but she's fantastic with those track stingers.
Oh, for sure.
Wow, very aggressive from Tuhan. Tries to sneak a peek into admin. Doesn't find it. They're trying to delay as much time as possible. But the Rotero will reactivate, take down a lot of the util. They're going to keep on stunning it for as long as they can to try and keep this util alive.
I actually don't see bulletproof cameras using the active EMP all that often, but it does have a couple of different use cases. If you have 2 of them, especially, you can just kind of stun a whole drone for like forever, basically.
Yeah. I like that Tachanka is playing aggressively. This isn't plant denial fire. This is to prevent the execute from coming out, protect Bappen's position for as long as possible.
Oh yeah, he's shooting all right. I mean, Fisher guy, the faster the fire, you know, he gets suspended, the more gun time he can have later on. He's burning down. There's 3 people spiral, 2 in the sky, 1 on the stairs.
It's going to be a backstab, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Spider-Man Repel comes out. Loban wins his fight. Oh, sorry, that's Dodas, who actually steals the kill away from him. Loban continues marching his way up. The Relays is on for a flank.
Finally.
He might be able to stab FLUXO in the back.
Come on now.
He needs to win this fight.
He looks away.
Oh, sees both of them. Fisher guy supports him. And now control has been re-established from Enterprise. Loban, he falls. It's just Palu left coming in from Yellow. And Enterprise have the bomb site on lock.
Incredible flank timing from Relays. Man, that was the same guy that was on that gridlock track stinger downstairs on Visa in the basement. And he goes up, looks to his right, I'm thinking, he bottled the play, this is so over. But then he gets the grip on the right, his teammate takes down the Twitch. They get 2 for the price of 0. And an almost flawless round victory. Honestly, Fisher popping that Tachanka fire early, just stalling for time as much as possible.
It was perfect.
It was perfect, yeah.
It was exactly what they needed for EP. It'll enable those roamers to get back to site, to get into flank positions.
He had 2 fires left on the 1 round, 2. He spent all the other ones.
You almost never see a Tachanka use all of his fire.
Nice! Fucking go!
Finally, player has woken up. 8 kills. He's making up for his very lackluster performance yesterday. He's even matching Dots, the top fragger on the other team. 1 round trailing behind now for EP. So got to be careful that their attacks are getting a little bit more challenging than their defensive half.
Oh yeah. Look, so the thing is, I would call them a relatively flexible team, and they can play different play styles, and they're only showing us very little. It almost feels like they can just kind of run over their opponents.
Another one.
There's a lot of these rounds and kills where, especially Volps and Loban, are just with so much ego, will just take these gunfights and think, I can just brute force the problem. But look at this. This is cheeky.
Not much damage at that range, though. The drop-off of the slug shotgun is very severe. You see 2 ACOGs picked, though, by EP to go for spawn peaks with the Kaid and the Tubarão. It's a shame, though, with the Tubarão dying early, that's all his util gone.
Yeah, that's kind of the issue with spawn peaks. That there's very few operators where it makes a ton of sense, where if you die, you don't lose anything.
Like, if it was Mira or Kaid, it'd be a different battle. I mean, I guess you lose a C4, but...
yeah.
If you're Tubarão, you lose your C4. Yeah, true. I mean, if you're Tubarão, you lose a C4 plus all of your gadgets. Like, at that point... Relays?
Wow.
How do you see so far from monitor? What's going on? I don't know why the smoke was just prone there. That was very strange. This round feels like a little bit of a throw from EP.
Yeah, they had such a stable top floor defense where they're not really peeking anything into let's go crazy in the server against double shield and anti-spawn peek. Again, anything is possible, still winnable. With those 2 C4s in pocket especially, they can find 1 kill apiece, but they are right by the bomb site doors. Both the hallway on the front and the back line, popping the hats towards electric. And in the bottom spiral hallway. I mean, I haven't really seen these kite claws seem to affect either, really.
I don't know where they are. Maybe they're both on garage wall.
It's possible.
Tion's being targeted here by the Deimos, just waiting for Dodes to expose himself. Hoping to bait someone into Bappen, who's waiting at the bottom of the stairs. Remember, bomb site's over on garage, and no one is there as of yet. The hatch is open, and Volts has started the vertical game. So it's going to be easy now for FLUXO to go for a rotate. That's exactly what they've done. This is great gap finding. Dots, he pokes his way into Yellow. Remember, the hatch is open as well.
I'm not gonna lie, if I'm Dots, I'm saying, guys, there's a gap on Yellow side. Like, we can rotate. There's no one here. They're playing so far back in cafeteria.
There is a rotate, though, from Enterprise, and all 3 of these players are now very much aware of this garage push. Now, Monty is the question mark, though. I see no reason why Dots couldn't just march in and plant.
Just double-checking the route, I guess. Yeah, there you go. Can slowly march on forward. And you just unextend, turn on, and kind of go for a plant here. But Bappen finds Dotus before that can happen. Kind of disrupting their plant potential.
Oh, the pressure's been alleviated, and the blitz has gone down. Still 1 shield survives.
Oh,
he's going to be able to get the angle on the planter. 3 kills for Bappen. Volps and Palu. Don't let this one slip. How do they reposition? How do they go for kills? They can find Suhan, but still up on the third. Bappen looks for another one. Big quad kill. Makes it the ace. And the thunder from down under has arrived.
It was a 3v5. Double shield, 3v5, no map control, smoke died proning on top of Spiral. It is the most puzzling round for things to fall apart, and it's all thanks to Bappen, who's just running forward and backward, dealing with every single push imaginable, and there's no response, there's no counterplay. The vault up on the desk to one-tap the Monty planting, it saved the whole round.
And that was some serious restraint from Bappen and from Enterprise as well. They knew that they were 3-5 down, but they didn't overcook things. They didn't overextend. They didn't rush. They let that plan start to go down. They made sure that they dealt with the flanks and the lurks before they positioned. And yeah, Bappen to find the angle onto the planter. Unreal. Jackson.
Now, it should be some frustration here from FLUXO because they are losing rounds they have no business losing.
They've just bottled their lead as well. There was a 4-2 first split, but now Enterprise is matched.
Like we said before, every attack matters in this map, right? When you get a 5v3, you gotta win it.
You can't anti-spawn peek that hard and then still struggle against the 3v5. We're seeing the Lion picks come out. Enterprise loved it, played almost every single round of their attack half. Now FLUXO are leaning into it as well. Trying to suppress as much movement and gain early map control if possible. But this looks like it might be some form of a cook for a rush plan. Oh my god, no! Oh, another one, Tuhan gets traded back by Dodos, but the jig is up and the smoke has come out to deny this rush from FLUXO.
That is awkward, but oh my god, Lobin finds another onto relays. I was gonna say,
he's
get
deep.
that blitz, it changes things, but he's watching the flank.
Oh, nice shot on a player. Deletes him. Logan's come to life with a 5-5-2, and Fisher guy's fallen as well. It was an ace last round from Bappen. He'll need a 4K here to clutch up.
From Blitz getting knifed, stopping the push to an almost flawless. They're planting now. This Vert is a great kill, but it won't matter because the plant will get confirmed.
Oh, he almost has info. He almost has a position.
No time.
He might even get the kill, but the plant will not be denied. 1v2. This is winnable, Nick. Especially if he can find that 1v1 upstairs onto Loban. He'll leave him alone for now. Is the hatch open? Yeah, he can rotate back. He might even be able to threaten to position. But Loban can always come to the vert to deny the plant. Palu can quickly sprint over from yellow. It's a difficult spot for Bappen, and he's only got about 13 seconds before he has to get on that diffuser.
So far away. He's in the basement. He's looking for him.
Nah, there's no time. Even if he finds this last kill, there just isn't any time to get on that diffuser. He would have to stick it right now. He sees Loban, but Loban gets the better of him. And FLUXO W7M will not let that round slip away.
Oh, right there you see them actually playing with some constraint, right? The second the plan goes down, they're just playing hideaway. Top spiral, all the way in basement saying we're not going to lose the 2v1 post and we should never lose this one.
But they're starting to respect the gun skill.
Exactly.
Bappen still got 3 of those kills.
He almost got the last one too, on the vert. So this could be a bit of a wake-up call for FLUXO, saying, okay, these guys, they're not as bad as yesterday. And that's going to make all the difference. We need to respect them in the server and not give them any openings because they will punish us.
One thing we haven't talked much about is, I heard a lot of people say EP have been pretty deathly sick.
Last
I think they're a little bit better now.
really overreact. We have like default outside the admin, and then Harry now they jumped in fucking close it. But we're doing really overreact. We don't need to do that shit.
Yeah,
They're
real quick, you guys
really
for that? We win that round from vert. We know that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why you're all dropping down and you guys don't even have vert.
Okay, I want to say something. Their middle round execute is bugger shit. We don't need to like a lot of spawn kill or really silly dumb ass stuff on early round.
Yeah.
Just try to drone hunt really well and then make them to execute.
So,
Our aim lineation is so perfect today. Just let them fucking execute and
Bro,
just
let's go.
react that shit.
Fucking hot.
Let's
Go.
fucking go, fellas.
Oliver Scobell! Let's
Okay,
go,
go
guys.
with you, Chris.
There's some energy right there.
I like that. Also, I gotta say, just to be a bit blunt for a second, I've always thought Enterprise's tactical timeouts are like the worst in the game. I've always thought their timeouts are so bad, but I really like that.
No, I gotta say, I agree with you. That was definitely the best one I've heard so far, from like a serious standpoint. And I do think that there's only truth on that spoken there.
Yeah.
They are not good at executing. We're doing silly spawn picks where we're taking the 50-50 silly dumb risks.
And Tuhan had the read.
Yeah.
Tuhan said, guys, we win that round from
time.
Vert every time. And Tuhan was the first one to die. He killed the Blitz, right? And then they knew what the play was. They knew that it was going to be a rush from
And they
FLUXO.
overreacted, over-rotated.
Exactly.
Because it's like, we didn't see the big spree of deaths that happened off camera. It all happened off camera. They all jumped the hatch apparently and just gave up top floor control. So that's a bit of a bummer.
Yeah, I think Loban snuck into the top floor as well and maybe stabbed them in the back while they were worried. But yes.
So, scene has been set. And I mean, what bit of bomb side then where things started off hot for EP, right? They go back to top floor CEO meeting. They get Fish onto Shanka.
And this was a pretty convincing win the first time they played it. I mean,
Only one death.
even though they lost the opening kill, they got every kill after that.
Yeah. Last time, of course, it was Relays actively on the roam, getting a good bit of value, and that might be hard this time because with the Blitz, if you see a sole roamer in the basement, you're gonna run that guy down. So Relays has to be careful if you choose to go for a roam flank right now. Currently, he's by side, so I guess even that singular roam has been surrendered. They want to play much closer together. All 5 defenders on top floor, they will literally just let them execute and then punish them then.
Tell you, it's been scary today, Loban, especially on this Grim.
And Volps.
Yeah, Volps as well. Oh, he's got 10 kills. I didn't even notice that. Still, Bappin's top fragging thanks to that ace and the failed clutch attempt earlier. He's actually quite extended deep into admin, and he might be caught by Palu on his retreat. Hasn't as of yet. Looks like he's not going to try and overcommit to admin. He'll just retreat and play the vending machine position. Now, no Roteros this time to clear a lot of this utility. So I wonder what the plan is from FLUXO if they eventually look to try and take down that Jaeger's power position.
I mean, in perfect world, right, you get the meeting breach like you do here, leave one player but don't risk any gunfights. Then you can sense wall off the top spiral area and solo out the guy on the vending machine. Or you can rush into the breach maybe.
Rush?
Surely not.
This one hasn't worked.
It looked like it.
Can't be a rush because of the Goyo fire. Or is this the Tachanka's fire?
The
Perhaps
fire
a
is
bit of
good.
both. I like this. A lot of damage done onto Palu. Doss decides it's his moment. He goes straight inside. The nade actually covers him for a brief moment. This is so strange. He's the only one in the building.
They have no idea.
Enterprise have no idea. The FLUXO have just snuck inside, but they might be able to retake. You heard them in the TAC timeout. Enterprise want to play to let FLUXO execute. So how do they get around it? 2 players, Relays and Bappin together, but Dota shuts them both down. Player in the 1v3, and I don't think he knows that Dots is still in that plant position on the Blitz. He's got 2 Ella mines. He could use the Grismots to his advantage to take the fight against the Blitz. Sees him, but gets swung by Volps. And that's the FLUXO that we expect to show up at SI.
I feel like I can sense the issue there for EP, right? You just take a tag timeout. The call is let them execute. The issue is that means doing nothing for the better part of 2 minutes. And when you're doing a bunch of nothing, you're kind of zoning out a little bit, maybe not thinking of every single step because the only step you have, let them get close, then play the game. They didn't even think about the possibility of a fast attack because that's not what they were playing for. They're playing for a slow execute in their mind. There are 2 elements in pocket when the round ended. If either of those are in the meeting breach or in the default plant door, they will know that Blitz or somebody else is in there. That can then tell, hey, Tashanka, you gotta chalk a fire in there. And if that happens, they just win the round in a 5v3 because Blitz is dead. But the Elements were in position, Fisher Guy wasn't ready, and they had no expectations on that meeting breach rush because, to be honest, what the hell was that? Blitz rushing from meeting all the way through side, turning his back to all the enemies to go into the default plant corner. It's a ridiculous way for FLUXO to win. It's impressive as well. High risk has been the name of the game for these Brazilians, and I don't think that's going to change anytime soon.
Yeah, it works for them. And look, now they've got map point. That was a very important round, very pivotal. It feels like that kind of was a turning point. And Enterprise now, it's up to them to push overtime. Otherwise, it would have been 5-5, and EP would be on the verge of their own map point. Got it to FLUXO. They've been a terrifying team to come up against. They've always had that aggression. They've always had that pressure. Spawn peek on defense, execute fast on attack. A lot of blitz. Now the Blackbeard makes his appearance. Enterprise have been playing catch-up pretty much from the get-go. And while they've had some good moments, it hasn't quite been good enough. They'll need to match this aggression. They'll need to keep the pressure on FLUXO.
It's a Loban special. find an entry path somewhere where there's unlikely gonna be a Roman. Just walk in, no drone. Just again, play the sound, play the feeling in the server. To big surprise, FLUXO don't play Dokkaebi like ever.
No.
Like, and I feel like it fits this kind of playstyle really well, but also means they don't want to over-invest into loping. It's a 4+1 strat. He's doing his own thing. He'll listen to the comms and see what he can do. And if you play the Dokkaebi, maybe you're also giving enemy a sign that something's happening.
It gives a little hint. He might be going for a lurk. Oh, this could be good.
This very well could be.
Wow, perfect from Tuhan. He might get traded as he tries to retreat, and Loban on his lurk has found relays. Oh, Tuhan caught on the off angle. He's now down. It won't be long before they finish him off. The Grim Bees are perfect from Volks. He's had a phenomenal game so far. Well, it is going to take a minute for them to finish off this kill. There's no question who's in the advantage right now. Can Bappen at least find one to try and trade back Tuhan?
He has to look. Down in numbers, the pressure is mounted towards him. He's going to keep fighting back for a little bit before falling back towards the side, but then again, looks for copy player. I mean, he's stalling for time, but Paolo finds Fisher guy.
Oh yeah, and he's been scared off now, surely. So much aggression here from FLUXO. They pick apart Enterprise one by one. With Fisher going down, all hope rests on Bappen and player to clutch up. And the Grimm's Bees continue to harass Bappen, forcing him back deeper towards the site.
There's so much respect being paid here. They're droning, they're checking, there's Sophia stunning. Like, FLUXO, they've lost one too many rounds of the silliness of their own actions.
Oh, and now Bappen's finally fallen. It's player up against the world. Enterprise, they gave it a good shot, but FLUXO have finally found their rhythm, and they're beating that drum with ferocity. 4v1. The plant starts to go down. Player has to make the first move. Loban immediately gets off the plant, but he gets downed. Player looks for a second one. FLUXO got a little bit too ahead of themselves. The players are separated. Finds Volks as well. Surely this isn't possible. A glorified 1v2 we find ourselves in as player looks for his 10th and finds it!
7 seconds.
Loban's back up on his feet, but he's low HP and has to cover, with Palu forcing that plant down. The player will not suffice! It takes him a few goes, but FLUXO W7M assert their dominance. It's a 7-4 in the first map.
It's so close. I could see it, James. I saw the clutch happen. Just one straight bullet through that wall. That's an injure. Last guy stuck in the plant. The clutch is so possible. But the fact that EP made it so far and got 4 rounds and the individual performances means there is life to this best-of-3 series.
There's certainly a lot more hope than we thought from Enterprise. But if we have any chance of seeing Fortress first, they'll have to make a comeback on Border. Coming to you after this.
Available now.
FLUXO W7M starting there. SI in style as the first map goes their way. And the big difference that we're seeing here, once again, when it comes down to getting these rounds on the board, may come down to the experience that we have on the side of FLUXO.
Yeah, definitely. I think we also touched up on it early, 17 times in terms of appearance here versus the one time. And you could really see it in the play throughout this on consulate. I mean, in the beginning half, you would really see a lot of Enterprise just look very disjointed on their attacks.
Yeah.
But then once you would immediately transition to their defense, that's where we start to see then things start to tighten up a little bit. We start to see that comeback arise. But then on the side from FLUXO, we would see them play a very default game. They didn't need to do anything extra, and then they let those 2 rounds slip away on their attacking half. But it was really them trying to understand how Enterprise was playing their defense, and then immediately after that, they just sealed the deal.
Yeah, I think when you're a favorite team coming in, when you're a bigger team coming in, basically what you need to do is go through your processes, trust your quality, trust your team. And basically, whenever your opponent, the challenger to you, leaves those gaps, leaves those opportunities, you make sure you punish them and you're ruthless with it. Now, Enterprise, they picked a map in Consulate that's quite defender-sided. So when you're picking a map, you want it to be, dominant on the map. For sure. So I was wanting to see Enterprise get at least a 3-3, maybe a 4-2. Once they didn't, they were always going to be on the back foot. In fact, really, the only way that they kind of picked up rounds was big individualistic moments. These big moments where they were finding just a little bit special. We saw Bappen get an ace. We saw big moments that happened, and that was really where they were only finding success.
And we have some examples of that as well. Those big moments that you talk about in the highlights that we're seeing here. Flinks, for example.
Yeah, exactly. Relays comes out here, would have got a double kill, but I think Fisher already found one in the end, and Player ended up getting a big double kill in this round as well. But again, that's not necessarily team play, it's individual moments. And then, of course, we saw Bappen picked up an ace on this round. This was a round that was in full control of FLUXO W7M, but for Bappen making that individual play. And it continued, even here where FLUXO W7M were trying to get that rush in play, you had 2-hand underneath with the mirror, with the knife. That kind of cheese, that kind of individualism was the only way that Enterprise were finding success.
Yeah, and it's only going to get you so far. And again, when you're in these situations, when you're losing these rounds, you're not playing these teams, you're not familiar in certain areas or certain maps, rather, you're going to have to get a feel for what they're going for, what they're trying to achieve. And yeah, the cheese stuff is going to work from time and time again. But when you're versing an experienced roster like the side from FLUXO, they are going to punish you. And again, that's what we were seeing from the second they lost those 2 rounds, then immediately transitioning into those next.
And this is why very often better teams say they love best of 3s, best of 5s.
Absolutely.
Because in a best of 1, that can work and that can win a team a game.
Correct.
Over the course of a best of 3, that shouldn't ever happen across multiple maps. It didn't even happen inside of this singular map so far.
Yeah, it does mean that there's a kind of safety net for Enterprise to fall back, though, on this second map, and it's ready, so we're going to send it back to our casters.
Not happy, Jack. Not happy.
You've disappointed this guy.
Yeah.
You're a hating.
I mean, how many kills did you get last SI, mate? Come on.
What was your best placement, Jack, at SI, huh?
Weren't you on the team?
Analyst D2 when we got completely shafted.
By what team? An Australian team.
That's
yeah,
not
that's
okay.
right.
Okay, that's not the second.
Right.
No.
You lost to Fnatic back then. EP are back.
I was there
carrying
too.
the torch.
No, I'm hurting. No,
I'm sorry, bro.
Let's not go there.
Hey, you were scrim partners. You taught Fnatic everything they knew.
Hey, that was us. We did that. We did that. We made them.
Maybe EP need a scrim G2, and we'll see if that helps them out. Maybe not in the current state of G2. Maybe they'll learn a thing or two about nading themselves and dying to exothermic charges. They certainly need to learn something, because right now, EP are 3 maps down in the tournament, 1 map down in the series. It's time to see, can they hang it on border against FLUXO W7M?
There was one word spoken a lot there by Freshie Boy Jack saying individualism. They only won because of individual performances. You know what? You're not entirely wrong. But the thing is, every great team, they have good individual moments.
I will not have Europeans come to me and say that my team is only good because of individual play when their best team is Falcons. I mean, come on.
Like Prime Empire just joystick 1v5ing rounds. Oh, I can't believe these bad teams only have individual players.
Come on, you got Shaka, I got Tuhan.
It's funny because if you guys didn't know this, Tuhan was on your screen right now. He actually has a tattoo that says 444, and I was like, hey, you're like the biggest Shago fan, but what happens? Like, no, it's like an angel number tattoo with my girlfriend. And I was like, okay. Yeah. But it just seems so fitting that he was like a big Shago fan because he's a cracked player himself.
He is. Something about it. Maybe just the 444 carries this energy that persists through the generation regardless of nationality. Enterprise certainly got their work cut out for them. Look, map 1, great moments, some really great moments, and they started to look a little bit more like a team. They started to look a little bit better individually, but there you go.
There it is.
4-4-2.
I wasn't lying.
Number 4-2, Han. But of course, they're going up against a very hard opponent, FLUXO W7M. Man, they've got aggression, they've got confidence, they've got the keyboard warriors in-game and in the chat.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, Holtz and Lobin, I feel like they came into this thinking, we'll beat them.
Yeah.
Like, the gameplay that they were putting up on Kongslip was, like, zero respect until the end, but they're like, okay, they can't beat us if we don't be a little bit careful here.
Obviously, Border's a very different beast. You go from one of the biggest maps in the game on Concert to one of the smallest on Border.
And it's funny because Border in so many ways is about individual gunfights like the 50-50s, but at the same time, because Border is so small, you usually have a friend nearby that you can communicate to help you out in that 1v1 gunfight, to make it a 2v1 gunfight. So I want to see Enterprise if they can play close enough together and then clearly communicate, trying to help even back those numbers into their own favor. Nice pair of shoes you got there. Looking for a rappel down.
What are we cooking
balcony.
with Volps? What's Volps looking at? He's got the fire out.
If they flash in, you could rappel on down, honestly. That could be a play. There's the flash.
To play with the fire. The timing, though, might just be on for relays. He didn't go for a knife quick enough, though. He actually might have been able to find that if he'd gone for the melee right at the start, but no. And wow, the drop of the hat. FLUXO have dominated, found 3 big kills. Lobin with the shotty, no less. Bappen, well, we saw a lot of impressiveness from him in the first. 3 big kills from Bappen. He aced up on Conceal. He's got to do the same here. 2 more to find. He knows where Lobin is. And Lobin's got the shotgun, so it's all about this measly little Reaper to fight up against the Scorpion. Bappen can do this, but Lobin's hunting him, gets in close. Another kill for Bappen. 1 more, but Dotas shuts him down.
He couldn't tell which way that the tracers were coming from, in deep armory or behind the archives, and Volps is smiling, but we all know, guys, it's way too close for comfort.
Way too close.
But you know, if you had to target one person trolling more than the rest, it's gotta be Dots. He's playing Blitz and goes, I'm just gonna watch this guy and ADS him, and I'm gonna win the gunfight.
Ego. This is a battle of ego from FLUXO.
And the thing is, I feel like the ego is the biggest strength, right? Because it's how they got the first 4 kills. It's how they got in the building with so much dominance and so much conviction. But it's the same ego that gets from a 5v1 or 4v2 into a 1v1.
Exactly right. I mean, you keep swinging this guy, and he's just gonna keep on peeking you back with the Scorpion. I'll tell you what, Bappen's having a good day on the scoreboard, even if his team is struggling. And look, credit to FLUXO, it's not just about playing cocky and rushing. They did line that up. It was well good drone work.
They smoked off the East Stairs player, fired the hallway, and completely singled out security in break room. I mean, it was phenomenal.
A lot of good set plays followed up by a lot of confidence in delivering the strike. They're really loving these shields, you know. We saw a lot of Blitz and a little bit of Blackbeard from FLUXO on the first map. Enterprise only banned out the Monty. I think I would rather get rid of one of the more aggressive shield operators, because that seems to lean more into the FLUXO W7M playstyle.
Also just Border, I mean, Border is, by most people's metric, a Blitz map, because you're gonna be going fast.
I'm not that scared of Monty on Border. Like, really, the biggest threat from a Monty is like an Archives plant, but you got plenty of ways to counter that, vertically or with C4s.
I mean, that is, also, I like that FLUXO, they banned the smoke. Another fast one, smoke off the drone hole, jump on in, go for a fast one.
Again.
Smoke is banned, remember?
All right, there we go, any verticality here. The Solus gets targeted by the Deimos.
They missed the C4.
The C4 gets caught. Loading goes deep for 2. And FLUXO are just styling on Enterprise. Tuhan had verticality, but he wasn't able to find that planter and take him down. And now it's far too late for Enterprise to do anything about it. On the first map, in their tactical timeout, Mingo said, let them execute. Well, you certainly don't want to be letting them execute when they look like this. Logan's found 3, hungry for a 4th. Volps steals it, and Logan will close. Textbook clean.
I'm not sure if there wasn't a rotate between the bomb sides or if both C4s clipped the wall, because 2 C4s went out. But either way, Enterprise right now are just being caught off guard. No one is nearby to shut down the plant. The thing is, when your opponent bends the smoke, I was about to say it before the rush happened, you need to be wary of the fast takes. We said on Consulate, if you play top full and play Tashanka, they can never plant CEO window because you got infinite plant denial. Well, on Border, Tashanka is kind of too slow paced to play.
Way too
slow, right? You gotta get your secondary, get your weapon out and shoot and weapon swap back before you can fight back and whatnot. It's awful. The smoke is gonna be your primary fast plant denier. When you get target banned in the very beginning, you need to make that conscious decision. Guys, they can now go for direct attacks. They missed that message.
And now you need to start thinking about, okay, do we bring a Goyo?
Yeah.
Do we even bring a Frost? Like
yeah,
for that
the
window?
Legion windows, etc. Like, there's so many things. Like, Echo has been buffed, could be decent.
But Echo may be a little bit too slow paced
Also,
for Border
gotta
because you
see
have to sit there on your cams.
Don't get piece open, can call him, they gotta play mute all of a sudden.
So
it's ugly.
It looks like the response from Enterprise is traps, traps, traps. So we've got Ella, we've got Legion, and we've got now the Thorn as well. There's a lot of questions about will we see a lot of Thorn coming into SI after the recent buffs. But the thing is, she just doesn't fit into a clear position on a squad like a lot of the other trap operators do.
And no shotgun either.
Yeah, I'm not convinced. And the other big counter here is the Twitch, right? Like, I would be considering banning out the Twitch here for Enterprise if you want to lean into things like the Goyo and the Legion and the Ella, because the Twitch hard counters a lot of that.
That's a good shout. But then Blitz is open and if you ban the Twitch, right? So there's always a downside to what you choose, of course. Grim is also left open up.
Got Brava as well, man.
It's a freebie, so that's not good, Bappin.
Yeah, I mean, just look at the mobility from FLUXO. They're happy to go deep into Passport and then immediately back out again. Enterprise are starting to get ants in their pants and they're exposing themselves because of it.
Volps from the tower. Oh, okay, that's a little bit. Okay. For a second, I thought it was CC window kill.
No, I thought the same, but it's actually from here, outside of
Archives?
Archives, oh my god.
I got you. I know that you know what it's called
for this one. This is...
Oh, ow! What? Okay, see, they're expecting it.
I rate that play from Relays, but yeah,
the right
it was
play.
just well read by FLUXO. Enterprise have no choice but to get aggressive now when you're down this much of a deficit.
I mean, FLUXO W7M, they're everywhere. They're in the balcony, they're not, and the Easters are gone, their passports are gone, and Enterprise don't have any interlopes, just the traps. There's no Valkyrie, no Echo to speak of, barely any BPs on the board. I mean, the player has started the round in this location, and he has no clue how many enemies are around him because he doesn't have any way to know that. Like, it's so intense, but there's nothing happening.
Yeah. Look, I thought the Vigil might be a bit of a troll. Oh, Doss is going to take him down. There's so much drone work as well from FLUXO. I mean, you've got to give him credit. Like, there's so much info. As a lot of the Thorn traps detonate, Fisho guy's got a 1v4. The IGL of the roster that's not known for finding a few frags, he will fall. And FLUXO W7M have really settled into a rhythm now. 3 rounds in a row on Border, each one looking more convincing than the last.
Very much. I mean, this looks like FLUXO W7M, they mean business. Like, this seems like much more in control, much more respecting the server, and just saying, you know what, we're going to do pocket strats.
Yeah.
I am curious, because we spoke about this, the operator bans. You know, we spoke about the Twitch, spoke about the Blitz, spoke about the pace being set. Brava Kaid. I mean, Brava is kind of Twitch, low-key, kind of. But the Kaid ban.
Oh.
I don't know
what happened now, like past 2 rounds. We're missing like Armory Rio and then like triple Rio. Maybe we have to a bit more focus for this game, more lagging. Okay?
Yeah.
I can understand you guys have a mistake. Like, it's really small mistake, but it's too panic after we got a mistake. Okay?
Yeah.
Please calm down. And then we ban Brava. They just ban Kate. We still have a lot of trap. They rushing 2 rounds. A lot of trap still alive. Using trap, aim relegation, react. Only that fucking 3 really important after this 3 rounds. Okay, fellas?
Yeah.
Closed office with Mirror Hill.
Oh.
So apparently they forgot to reinforce 2 separate rounds.
Yeah.
That's not good.
I'm also, I'm not sure about what you said about the bans. So we know that FLUXO have banned Kaid and Enterprise banned Brava. You know, I thought Twitch was already a bit of an edgy take, but the Brava is even edgier.
Brava doesn't deal with half the gadgets.
No,
well,
I mean...
kind of, but...
Well, Brava's good against Malusi, which they like running. It's also good against Fenrir, which I'm, again, surprised we haven't seen much of. But Brava doesn't do anything against Goyo.
No.
I guess if they want to lean into the Aruni here, it's a good idea to ban the Brava because the Twitch can't counter that.
I'm always of the mind that if you're gonna ban the Brava, you gotta play at least one round of Maestro to justify it. That's just
Honestly,
my personal
I
opinion.
wouldn't mind a Maestro here because you can put down all your bubbles and then just sit there as a turret. You don't even have to actively use them. At worst, it's a good bulletproof camera that's wasting time and util. And you get 3 of them. You can extend them pretty far out. As soon as you, if you have a player running around aggressively and dies early.
Wait, he put the BP outside the building.
Yeah, of course.
But
so they can run out. What do you mean?
But it disappears after 10 seconds outside.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, like Valcams. You can't put cameras outside.
Oh, lol.
Unless that's
Is it deactivated?
Unless that's changed in like the last 2 weeks.
Oh, I mean, it seems
I've
to still be
tested
active. It seems to still be active.
What? Does that count as the... because what you can do...
I know that works for Valkyrie cameras.
You can reinforce the wall of armory from the inside, and then you can shoot the soft wall on the outside, and then put a BP on it, and it's inside the building.
Really?
But this is blatantly outside, so maybe land build is different, or patch I missed.
I don't know. That's new to me.
I gotta test that. Wait, hold on.
That's
a claymore.
That is not a hard reach, my friend. In fact, the only hard breach we've got is on Parlu, so that could be a little bit of a mistake.
It's not too far off though, outside the east stairs. There's a possibility for it.
That means he's got a claymore, but Fisher guys just heard that in place. So I like this. Look, the Kaid ban tells us that FLUXO want to breach walls, and Enterprise have said, okay, well, let's play far more into reinforcements. Fisher guy, what are you doing?
Fighting.
Why is he fighting in front of a mirror window? No, it's Fisher guy as well. It's not like it's one of their fraggers. This is unusual. This is very strange.
Low key. Do you jump out? You're 1 HP. Do you send this?
Oh, 100%. Oh.
But it's Fisher guy. He's too smart. That's the issue. You know, 2-1 would have jumped out.
He has a Rio. He could Rio the Brazilian wall. Or like the split wall. I don't know. A lot of people call that Brazilian.
Ninja.
Ninja?
Where I'm from.
Okay.
Yeah.
We call that Brazilian. There's a lot of Oast call-outs that are Brazilian.
Oh, we didn't see that logo. That worked. Brazil is a 90 rotate. Some people call it, actually.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I see that.
Nowadays. They change over time as well. Oh, Babin strikes first. Dots goes down. Grid is a big pick.
FLUXO have really slowed down this range compared to previously, and I like that. Enterprise have created a lot of more power positions. They're using the mirror. They've got the Aruni. They've got the Wamai. This is all about protecting areas. They've got the Malusi and Goyo. That's all about late round. Oh, perfect from relays as well.
All right. Yeah, this round is kind of cooked if you're FLUXO.
FLUXO are very lost now. Fish guy, you can chill. You don't need to play too aggro. That said, that is the diffuser, and Dodas is now in a 1v5. He's likely to get a freebie onto Fish. It's not free. Half his HP goes down. This is going to be the round done, and a confidence booster for Enterprise. Much needed after their tactical timeout.
You know, I kind of like when Fisher guy is the guy in the deep roam on the first line of attack, or defense technically, because if he dies, when he dies, he can call the shots.
Yeah.
This is a classic Troy Canadian on Dark Zero, especially playing like injury and attack and like post roaming on defense. If he dies, he can call the shots. Babin gets the final kill. Dodas in the grave. Round on the board for EP.
Finally, a round under their belt and a chance to build that confidence into a slew of rounds. It's very much possible here they could make a comeback. They looked a lot better just then than they did at the start of this game because, man, those first 3 rounds were pitiful. And historically, I mean, Border is a pretty good team for Enterprise. They did lose it at the regional finals in a 15-round game to Chiefs, and they played it at the Munich Major to both Furia and W7M. It's actually a rematch of that 12-round game we had between these two teams. It was a hot contest. And if Enterprise lock in, they could maybe give FLUXO a run for their money.
So Mira's going to be the big kind of focus here from EP, it seems like.
I think that's a good move.
I like it as well. I mean, again, we could go back and be like, well, if you remember Twitch, Amira's even stronger, but...
The thing is, like, Twitch counters everything here from Enterprise, so I think you really need to be playing it for FLUXO. And even if you don't get the mirrors, but you get a Dread Mine, that's great.
I actually went off the Ash onto the demo, so these mirror windows are going to be really hard to deal with. No Ash, no Twitch.
No hard breach.
Only one set of grenade, and no hard breach either, actually, at all. Like, not even can openers.
Yeah, wow.
Only one set of grenades. This feels like it might be a tricky round unless Enterprise they just give them the gunfights.
They're looking to try and contain Enterprise a lot more. I mean, you look at the fact that there's a Nomad pick.
Well, that's some side information right there.
Lion Blitz Thatcher.
This could be a plant again, honestly.
Absolutely, with Lion Blitz Thatcher.
Yep, they're going for it.
Here comes the plant.
Not again, guys.
Surely this isn't going to work 2 times in a row.
No,
Where is the plant? Denial from Enterprise! Tuhan finally gets it, but it was by the skin of his teeth. We needed that Solus to be active, and it was. A little bit too close for comfort, but 2-player advantage as Volps takes a hell of a lot of damage to Fisher Guy. FLUXO, they need to go hunting, they need to go fishing, they need to find a few picks, but Volps is about to meet Relays here in Customs. Not a lot of damage dealt by the Roni, but it does take Volps very low.
Just gotta hold your ground now, boys. If you're Enterprise, you don't gotta take any of the fights and let them come to you. Relay's in a great spot, got a duo behind him, deep in Customs. He can bait this kill, guaranteed. Because Timer, as you said yourself, James, it's on the defender's side. It's like that 6th player in the server. Timer will tick away, play the sound. Don't start getting nervous, don't panic.
There's no universe where this should be a FLUXO round win. You look at the setup, I mean, Tuhan, he can single-handedly dominate the diffuser from above any plant that could go down. The Solus is a great pick for that reason. He's got a mirror window to protect him. He is very much alone, though. Only player supporting him from inside of security. And player should win that fight. Indeed, he does. Goodbye to Dodes. Palu and Volps need to regroup, but they're on opposite corners of the map at the moment. Both of them just fishing for a few picks to bring this back into the realm of possibility. It's not likely.
Well, tries they might, but this one is kind of cooked. Palu's in east stairs. Volps in supply room, halfway across the bomb site, or up in the map rather. The Fenrir comes in, the mirror window, the swing from the hallway. Volps, you are baiting. That's what he's doing, he's baiting.
He is a beta.
You know what, he might as well go, he get his one. No, he's not gonna get his one.
Flawless round. Mingo said it's time to lock in, and that they have.
That was scary though. I mean, so yes, Tuhan denied the plant, he was playing Solus, but again, he's shooting a blitz shield through a smoke, not knowing which way the head is facing. And he gets it with like a second left, maybe a second and a half.
Yeah.
It is very risky, but you know what? It worked.
It's the danger of not banning out.
Look at the time, a half. 75?
90. Oh.
Maybe a second and a half, 2 seconds at
Yeah. 80-90% planted there. And the other thing is that Tuhan wasn't really well supported on that top floor. I mean, there were, what, flashbangs and other util getting thrown in from Armory window. I don't think there was someone dedicated to just covering Tuhan while he went for the vert denial.
I don't believe so either.
The Solus doesn't have impacts at the moment, right? I know they keep giving him and taking.
Solus got them back.
Oh, she got them back.
Yeah, in the most recent Solus change when she was buffed, they give it back.
So that's good. I think that is kind of what you need to be running. I don't think he was running in that round, if I recall correctly. I feel like I saw.
I didn't check, to be honest.
Yes,
but there was a hole in the floor, so
yeah,
happened.
I mean, when there's smoke and a blitz, like, just having vert isn't always enough.
It's not going to give you a whole lot of difference, at least. You use the gadget, and
he was running shotgun, though, because he had the SMG-11 out.
As one should. If you're playing Solus, by the way, guys, right? Don't play the P90.
P90 is great.
No damage, okay?
Right, it's like the Scorpion.
Fun fact, the P90 does 4 damage back with the limb change to a limb at max range. 4 damage. They reverted that change.
Doesn't matter if you hit heads, bro. Like, look, if people are playing the Roni, then people are playing the P90.
Okay. Well, Mozzie's pick rate has been abysmal for the last couple of years, but fair enough.
I'm surprised that everyone who's running Mozzie has been running the Roni. I haven't seen a lot of Commando at all.
That's always been the thing. Like, the Commando...
But they've nerfed the Roni into oblivion.
Yeah. They nerfed it due to 1.5x scope, took away the scope, but never buffed the gun.
And they took away 5 bullets as well.
Yep.
Relay is actually making a very risky decision not to shoot.
Yeah, they barricade the door behind him, right? So he is in here. Well, I guess the crouch hole maybe. But he's pretty much stuck in here.
Oh yeah, there's a crouch hole.
Crouch hole.
He was looking to play an off angle. He almost got wall back.
I like this though. I don't like this. The thing is, FLUXO W7M, they're good at doing this. They're called phantom pressure. You go in a passport, breach the door, shoot a bit, open up the wall. The defenders are not going to know if you're there or not unless you retake the position. So Relay's being in there says, guys, it's fake pressure. I like this. They might come back later, but it's fake.
I really like this.
There is a bandit though.
Yeah, but I don't think Bandit is in position to juggle.
Run! He's not running.
No.
Nope.
Ooh, and the problem here is that it's... Oh, the Tubarão actually might save one of those walls, which
That's
does
cool.
allow a little bit more mobility inside of Fountain. The angle, you can't get quite as deep into that corner where that mirror window is.
That's awkward. I mean, they spent a lot of resources here fortifying Fountain with the mirror windows, the batteries, the reinforcements.
I think the mirror's popped now.
Come on.
Big gunfight there.
1v1 again.
Oh, wow. And the wall bang onto Tuhan. Problem with not reinforcing that wall. BAPM will trade, but man advantage squarely in favor of FLUXO. Relays has never abandoned the position, and the bait finally works against Palu. Back to an even Steven 3v3 as BAPM falls back. All of these players from Enterprise down on the ground floor, but Dodes has snuck into the bomb site and ripped them apart.
That's one that's gonna hurt. You know, they actually made the right play for Enterprise. They're trying to escort BAPM down the east stairs together, but in doing so, they left the back door open, the flank happens, and Dodes gets the kills. They were trying not to sell their teammate, but in doing so, they sold their teammate and themselves.
The bomb side, dude.
Yep. And again, kudos to FLUXO W7M. They're doing such a good job at applying pressure everywhere that Enterprise don't know exactly where the threats are and what's happening, and that's where that kind of flank can appear. 2-4 half starting defense border, again, statistically not the end of the world, but you gotta have some mighty fine attacks right now if you're EP, and that has been their weakness.
Oh, FLUXO certainly had a fire lit beneath them after a lackluster performance at the Munich Major. They didn't get a map after they won their first two BO1s. They played 3 BO3s against Falcons, Wildcard, and Furia. Didn't win a map in any of them. Actually haven't won a BO3 at an international LAN event for a hell of a long time. Would have been EWC, maybe? I'm not even sure they didn't get to the BO3s in EWC. Would have been Reload the last time they won a BO3 on LAN, and that may be about to change. For a team that won a major a year and a half ago, they've been very quiet for the last 12 months. And I think it's about time that they get back onto the world stage. And if there's any way to warm up into SI, playing a team like Enterprise is certainly going to help out. They've shown that in the first map and even the first half of the second. Now they go into defense, and this is where Enterprise really get tested. It's a last-ditch effort for the Aussies and for the Kiwi of Tuhan. This FLUXO, they can just lock up the bomb site, lock up the map. You look at this, it's a full lineup, 5 different trap operators. Wow, that's a small pick.
They've been doing this all series long. And again, it buys you that 10-15 seconds of extra time because the attackers are going to be slowly exiting the spawn rather, instead of sprinting straight towards the building.
It's got to be the most aggressive team I've seen so far this SI.
It has been.
Oh, that grenade just destroyed the air jab.
Not ideal. Not ideal. There's 3 Thorn Razor Blooms in the pocket of Dots and 2 Crystal Mines in the pocket of Lobin. They have half their stock, 1 Goya canister as well. They have not put down 3 Denari lasers.
They did reduce the activation time of the Thorns, so between when you deploy it and when it activates, but it's still pretty long. So I don't think you can realistically use it as a grenade.
Not exactly.
Very low. Nice. Good shot. And well supported by the Capital's fire. Dodes will go down. That's the most deadly player on FLUXO in terms of his arsenal with that DMR. But Lobin is still in position. He's good in close range with the Scorpion. Dots is forced back by the fire, but he's got a good angle. Fishbowl guy takes him down. Enterprise, 2 picks, but there's still 1 more at large inside a break as Lobin is forced back. The flash will maybe just push him back even deeper as Palu's found Fish. Maybe Enterprise will have to slow down, try and consolidate their advantage. But with player going down, the script is flipped again.
Feels a bit like they skipped a step for this one, right? No one took East Stairs control. They didn't even shoot the default cam from outside, so that means Lobin, who's right here,
player on East.
He's just creeping.
Player on East. Lobin doesn't even need to backstab because Volps has got him from elsewhere. Tuhan still got the debuff from the Thorn. Finally, that subsides, but BAPM's low HP. This was a 5v3, and Enterprise have not found a kill since.
2v3 with no information. 1 drone to their name so far, top left corner. And a really difficult way into the bomb site with those Goyo canisters. 1 is still in pocket. from Paolo, by the way.
Who needs you two?
Here they come. Oh, they almost get the freebie.
Oh, this is
That is
not a
not
safe
gonna work.
position to plant. It's going to have to be a bait. Tuhan looking to cover from behind, gets flanked. Is that Volps? It's Lobin. And Palu as well joins the fray. A very good round from W7M. One that they certainly weren't booked to beat after that 3v5, but they stayed composed. And frag by frag, they clawed their way back into it.
It kind of goes back to Fresh's point at desk, right, where they win off individual performances. I mean, Fisher finds one, Bappen finds one, all is good, but there's a lack of oversight. Everybody knows the backbone of pretty much every attack on this map. It starts on east stairs, because when you get that, you cut off 2 different hallways, get access to triple wall, the break room balcony, and it's a great spot to kind of reset the round from. And it's why people started playing Asami Smoke there and start hard holding it, because it matters so much. They get security, they get break room. Oh my god, that's phenomenal. They forgot these stairs. And then Lobin just retakes it, gets away unscathed, and then gets a kill. His teammate gets a kill. The round is lost in that position. It was looking so good until that very moment. And this is kind of the downside of having we call it the old school style IGL system. Fisher Guy and EP, they kind of do that, right? Fisher Guy calls, as far as we know, all the shots. Yeah. He does all the thinking and most of the talking. When you have one person covering 90% of what's happening, you're gonna miss the small things because that's not where you are. Fisher was the entry on the armory balcony. He's not gonna know what's happening east stairs. With the newer system, everyone's much more vocal. Somebody's bound to go, guys, I'm not east, you're not east, who's east stairs? Yeah. It was missed. This is an angle.
Oh, so close. He sees the hammer.
He sees it.
A hammer that Volps himself has not raised. Tuhan will take down Dodes, but still the spawn peaks from FLUXO W7M are incessant. A little bit more early awareness of east stairs, at least, from EP.
Look, they're hard-holding east stairs, like I said. Deployable shields and lasers.
Swapping mags! Yeah, I like the way that FLUXO have used the Denari. It's very awkward for Enterprise to deal with. Good nade, though, will quickly take down that shield. Bye to the camera, bye to the pipe as well. Keen to go for a peek as Dots here. Careful not to expose himself. Fisher Guy was just on the verge of holding that. Bappen watching from the window. Bappen's been hot on his shot all day.
Reloading.
UMP buff, by the way, right? With the extended barrel, it does like 47 damage, I believe.
That's insane. It's basically an AR at this point.
It 3 taps people on land. It's very mighty good. One of the only guns in the game that's statistically worth to an extended barrel on, because that number increase actually changed the time to kill.
Yeah.
Fun fact.
Still, FLUXO have got their tendrils seeped into this security holds. I like this, though, from Enterprise. A little bit more focused on the hard breach. They take control of the balconies. They open up the external armory wall. Problem is, the more walls you open, the more this becomes about angle fights, and FLUXO have a lot of confidence to fight you back. They just saw the rotate. Tuhan's actually going to take the ground on the back of it. Well played. Wow! Dots wasn't aware. Tuhan for 3! Quad kill on the round! It's just Palu left. The ace. He's been hunted. He's going for it. Tuhan, look for the ace. It's stolen by relays, but the round is Enterprises nonetheless.
Criminal of an entry right there. I'm watching the player to his left. He's right next to Tuhan. Takes down a 90 player. Quick sharp flick. Takes down the CC guy as well. Good distraction by Fisher Guy. He was in CC with the BB, just being in that guy's face, distracting him from the play happening right next door. It's that kind of conviction and decisiveness that we need to see more of, especially in a small map like Border, where you say, guys, 3, 2, 1, this is the play.
Yeah. This is a big moment now for EP. They've just staved off what was going to be a map point if FLUXO had won that round. And it was all about the gap finding. That Tuhan literally just saw someone cross from in CC into the 90 hallway, and he says, okay, this is my moment. He goes in, finds that kill, flicks to the second one in CC, and that's all she wrote. It was GG from that point on. Well played from EP. We're getting a few more of those, though. Remember, I mean, there's still 2 rounds trailing behind. There's still 1 map trailing behind. And I feel like the further that this goes on, it's EP that are going to wear tired first.
Oh, yeah. I feel that as well. Twitch comes out, the Blitz comes out. I feel like for FLUXO W7M, they've been keeping the roster pretty stable, right? The Thorn and the Denawi making an appearance every single defensive round.
Yeah, loving it. Really loving it.
We've seen Asami ban the majority of the games that we cast. Same with Clash, very high ban rate this event so far. It's funny how Clash was once non-existent Tier 1 pro player. And then right before the rework, everyone starts playing her. She gets reworked and every more people start playing her. Oh, there it is.
Those storm traps are literally scary now, like properly. Even if you sprint right past it, often you're probably going to take a little bit of damage. And it's speaking of,
Reloading.
there's Dodez. They spot his position. Another flash. He's still not blinded though, and he is supported by both Loban and Volps behind. Bomb site, if I'm not wrong, is all the way down in Tellers. This is a very far away extension.
No one's
Volps will find one though. There was one player near the bomb site before. I'm not sure if he still is. It's just Dots. As Fisho guy gets caught out in the crossfire, Enterprise had an idea, but they have been completely picked apart on this execute. Bappen will fall as well. They still can't even find Loban, who's tucked away inside a break room. You can see the frustration from Tuhan's perspective. He knows exactly where this guy is. He just cannot find that angle.
This is why the phantom pressure that FLUXO W7M is so good at applying is so important. No one's broken the bomb site window. No one's applied any pressure. They have 5 people roaming. No one's even like remotely close to the bomb site. Dots has been in workshop for half time, but that's really it.
Oh, what an angle.
Great shot from Dodez and Palu. And again, when you don't have any pressure by the bomb site, you can have 5 roamers. You can have 4 roamers. It doesn't matter.
Flawless round by the end of it. Last kill claimed by Palu. The keen eyes among you may have noticed Palu is actually got a slightly different spelling of his name. Palu?
The A in there and an I.
Is it a little I? A-I? So I don't know how to pronounce it, but Pale apparently means father in Portuguese. And Palu has announced that his partner is pregnant, so he will be a father.
Oh!
And so he's decided to celebrate that by having a slightly different name for this event.
It's Daddy Palu now.
Daddy Palu. That's a good one.
Oh my god.
It's iconic. I mean, one of the most storied histories of any player in the game, Palu. I mean, he's played so many Six Invitationals. He was so close to winning and raising that hammer back in 2021, the last time the Six Invitational was in Paris. It was a devastating event, a devastating loss for him, and also a really tragic moment in his personal life because during that event, his own father passed away. Now, 5 years later, he returns to Paris, soon to become a father himself.
That's beautiful.
Very close to finding a first win here at the Six Invitational as well. It's been a fantastic day for the Brazilian roster. From the get-go, they have oozed confidence. Enterprise have been seething with the number of spawn peaks and aggressive plays. And it's often players like Dodez and Volps and Loban that we're talking about on the front line, but Palu stands at the back. Daddy Palu, the patriarchal figure on this team, leading them to hopefully a better result than we've seen in the most recent events. Top 8 perhaps will loom even better is possible if they can keep up their aggressive play style and this impeccable form.
You know, every good front line needs a good backbone, that foundation of the team, and that has been Dots and Palu often not sitting more closer to the bomb site. The other 3 players just going wildly around the map as roamers. Relays on Sledge Shotgun, of course, has to do Reaper secondary, likely in pocket as well. Looking to make a play maybe up the main stairs. Thing is, Enterprise, when they want to go really deep, they actually full commit to it. We've seen that time and time again with mixed results. But this lineup, these positions, I feel like they're cooking something. We're just waiting for that time to push.
But what are they cooking? That's the thing that's hard to figure out. Bappen's in an awkward spot. Dodez can easily swing him from outside. Loban joins the fray. Tuhan needs to be the hero again, and he finds a double. In from security. Opens up an avenue for Enterprise to mount an attack. Player needs to find this kill. The Nitro Cell obliterates him. But meanwhile, the daddy from Enterprise springs into action. Fisho for 2 and 2 on to close. Enterprise, don't count them out just yet.
And again, it's a push that starts off kind of poor, people falling apart, no crossfires established, and then the individual players really start to shine. Tuhan is not missing a shot, not losing a gunfight right now, and Fisho, when he is needed, he will be there to get just that one important kill, that one important entry. I mean, he was deep in the side, while Tuhan was deep in security. They were so far apart.
still a 5v3 advantage for FLUXO. I mean, that is... Well, we've seen a few 3v5s from them, but very rarely are Enterprise the ones winning from such a significant man deficit. And it's thanks to Tuhan and Fisho Guy, the master and the apprentice, as we say. We've talked a lot about how Enterprise are, in a way, it's the 4 guns and then Fisher Guy on the back line. We've also praised Fisher Guy when he gets a little bit more active and aggressive. Sure. But you know, from what I've heard talking to this roster, in terms of the vocal side of things in the team, yes, Fisher Guy, he's the main brain, the operation, but he's in the process of handing that baton down to Tuhan.
To their top fragger.
Yeah. Tuhan is destined to be an IGL one day. That's what I've heard.
Okay.
Which is crazy to think because he is also their star fragger. So that puts even more weight on his shoulders to perform, not just in the numbers, but also as a leadership figure for the roster.
Certainly. There's always going to be a question about how much is too much for one player to do, and some players can quite literally do it all. But if you talk about some of the most mechanically talented players we have, Shaiko, I spoke to him for content that day, right? I said, you've been playing with Elenge, League Effect, you've been with some good IGLs. How much do you shot call? He says, none. Never. So he's a good example of, he's really good at fragging, let's keep it simple and just make him a fragger. Kenta Raketti, my own teammate, same story. Yeah. They did Fabian, played with myself, doesn't IGL. So some players are destined to do it, some players it's going to be a limitation. Curious to follow Tuhan's career long term and see what kind of player he'll become.
I have no doubt he's got a long career ahead of him, no matter what happens this event with Enterprise.
Hope so. He's a great guy.
For now, though, EP have their work cut out for them, dealing with a very difficult hard hold on the east stairs. Dots could go for a swing now. They know where he is. C75 in hand. But if he swings Fisho Guy, while Fisho Guy's facing the other way, then that'll be a freebie for him. Loban's still aggressive on the mezzanine. He's been peeking this window back and forth, but hasn't now been taken down as of yet. Retreats back into break room. As his team starts to fall around him, Enterprise have clawed their way into east stairs.
Okay, so it's very winnable. They lost the shield, yes, but they got man advantage and good guns up and alive. The thing is, the FLUXO W7M, they keep lashing out to try and even back the numbers. That can, of course, work for them, but also very much against them. Bit of a reset. Enterprise are standing still, they're droning, establishing the flank drone for Fisher. He's watching it right now. It sees both the flank below and the balcony. What a swing! The Ferrari peak from Dodes.
Oh, and he spots Bappen as well. The hammer gives him away. Relays will eventually trade down to the 2v2 as Relays breaches the wall open. Tuhan looking for his 10th kill of the game. Needs to have a big impact. Him and Relays together look to keep this Oceanic dream alive.
Not gonna lie to you, a plan is possible. They've broken the archives wall, they have office fountain control, and they still have that flank drone by break room, so this is still anybody's round, and the defenders quite spread apart. One in deep CC, one in armory box. Again, a plan is definitely possible, but the cover has to be perfect.
Good flash from Relays, good cover from Tuhan as he pops the fire. The smoke
has to vault it.
That's the problem. The Vault will expose him, but Volbs takes a hell of a lot of damage. Loban elsewhere in security, though. He's been spotted too. Relays and Tuhan have to decide, do they go for one of these kills or do they flood for side? They're looking to go deep inside of Armory as Tuhan starts to plant in Archives, but Relays has been spotted, he's exposed, and now Volb's taking him down. Puts it all on the shoulders of young Tuhan, who will not stand up to the task. FLUXO W7M. They worked it hard, but they dominate. And they stand up tall here over Enterprise. It's a stellar start for the Brazilian roster here at Six Invitational.
Once again, with Fortress on the line for a third map, we will be denied the first showcase here at SI 2026. The boys on EP, honestly, a much better look today. A little bit more room to grow, and they will be able to take a map of the teams at this event. And I hope they can find that footing tomorrow for their next game, because it is almost at the point of now or never.
It does only get harder from here. This group is absolutely stacked. SSG, Secret, FLUXO W7M, Oxygen, and Enterprise. But today, the Brazilians put their head and shoulders up above the rest. It's a 2-0 for them, and Enterprise look to try and lock in for their next game. We'll break it all down